This is where the story begins. These hanging plants are called fuchsia flowers, and these hanging baskets provide the perfect location for the Junco nest. The variety of colors and shapes of these fuchsia flowers was a lot of fun to photograph throughout the season. Just look at these amazing colors, all from one plant. So a few weeks ago, I found a nest inside this planter and found out that it's actually a Junco bird's nest, and there were 3 eggs inside. So I decided to put a webcam in here. This webcam is called an Arlo Q, and it costs about $100. You can find a link in the description below.
If you want to try it yourself.
So this is where most of the action happens during the video. And here's Mama coming in from the right.
Hey guys, what's up?
She sits on those eggs, and she's been doing it for about a week before I started taking the video. And it's going to be at 7 more days until hatching. This is typical for Junco birds. So every day she's patiently sitting on those eggs. Here she's checking out the webcam after I put it in. Waiting. Keeping those eggs warm. At this point, it's just a waiting game until those eggs hatch.
I can't take this anymore. I'm going to fly straight into the sun.
She goes out and comes in, lays on the eggs, keeps them warm, stays there overnight. So this is where the excitement begins. The mama bird comes back to the nest, and she discovers one of the eggs has hatched.
Oh, finally.
She must be happy that the waiting's over, but now the real work begins of keeping those birds fed. Just after the first egg hatches, we see the dad come in for the first time. Looks like he's having a little conversation with Mama. And then a day later, we see the second egg has hatched. And there's 2 little baby birds inside. And they're just strong enough to lift up their heads and ask for food. This appears to be an instinctual reaction to lift up their heads and open their mouths, regardless if there's food to be eaten or not. And I'm not sure what the mom is feeding them here. It looks like little pieces of insect, maybe a worm.
That tastes great!
Typically it's insects and worms. I was lucky to be able to get a high-resolution picture while the mom was away. You can see the eyes have not opened yet. They must be relying just on sound, sensation from motion, probably smell. And they do like to cuddle, keep warm. This is a fun scene here with the dad passing food to the mom or vice versa. During the next few days, the mom and dad are very busy going out and getting food and bringing it back to the babies. They're growing incredibly fast, so they need lots of food. And yes, you did see that correctly. The mama bird did eat that poop. From what I've read, it seems that the baby's digestive systems are not developed enough to absorb all the nutrients, so the food gets a second chance. Here we are at 4 days, and you can see the birds are really getting bigger, and so is their reflex for seeking food. I thought this was pretty cool. Dad steps in with some food to give Mom a break. I was able to sneak in one more high-res picture before the mom came back. Dad seems to be doing his part to take away the poop too, but he doesn't seem to be eating it. As the birds are getting bigger, you can see that the parents are giving them bigger pieces of food. And of course their poop is getting bigger too. By 7 days of age, you can really see the wings starting to develop and the feathers are starting to grow out. The baby's appetites are voracious. It takes both the mom and the dad working almost full time to keep them fed. I thought this was cute. It looks like a dog scratching itself. This is where it gets to be a lot of fun. The birds have actually left the nest at 9 days of age, and their feathers are big enough to give them some lift as they try out their wings for the first time. Of course, they're still relying on their parents to give them food because they can't go out and get it themselves. I think the poofy feathers on their heads are pretty cute.
They sure are cute, them little fellas.
The next minute or so is just the birds playing around the nest, learning how to move around and use their new feathers.
Whoopsie-doodle.
This little branch in the nest is perfect for learning how to balance and starting to fly. Now here something interesting happens. A different kind of bird comes in. It's not a junco, mom or dad. It's a white bird of some kind. And you can see the reaction of the baby is a little bit different. It doesn't open its mouth. It can see that it's not the mom. So it's kind of a defensive strategy, I guess, to stay still. This is like 5 o'clock in the morning on the 10th day after the first egg hatched. And you can see they're a lot more active now. That third egg never hatched. I always wondered if the mom was going to clear it out of the nest or just leave it be, and it seems like she's just leaving it be, hoping, I suppose, that it would hatch eventually. Now here's something I thought was pretty cool. The dad brings in this giant crane fly, and it looks like the kids are not even hungry. They don't even open their mouths. They must have eaten recently. But there's this huge fly, and the dad says, "Come on, aren't you going to eat this thing?" So one of the babies opens its mouth, and it looks like it's kind of struggling to eat this huge fly.
Thanks a lot, Dad.
And for no particular reason, I wanted to show this little video clip here. The spiders crawling around the nest. Thought it was kind of interesting. This is the last full day for the kids to be in the nest, and it's the last time for the parents to bring food and to take away the poop. Well, okay, maybe one last time, just for fun.
That ain't no kind of fun I ever heard of.
I'm in the car going 45 down a one-way Drip, drip, drip.